I've said it before, folks, and I'll say it again. I am not a political animal at all. But I tuned into that Laura Koonsberg this morning on the Beeb, and I'm listening to Nigel there, Nigel Farage, and also a fellow called WES Streeting from the Labour Party. And the Oldham situation and Labour's involvement or lack of has reared its ugly head again. And what Labour are saying is we don't want all these outsiders telling us what we need to do and that we need to sort out independent inquiries and that like. They're saying, especially the Conservatives, we don't want to hear from them because they carried out their own inquiry a few years ago. It took a few years to carry out. They had 22 recommendations of things they needed to do to put things right. And of the 22 recommendations, do you know how many they've acted on? Absolutely none. So they're saying they shouldn't tell us what to do when they did absolutely nothing. You're now telling the British public that at this stage, you're letting Oldham Council police themselves and you're going to do absolutely nothing. And you think that's okay, do you? Because the Conservatives did nothing, you're doing no wrong doing the same. No. The way it works is somewhere along the line, some government has got to decide enough is enough and do something about what's going on. Or it'll go on forever and a day. Now, Wes Streeting's also defending, is it Jess Phillips? What he said blew my mind. I couldn't believe what I heard. Couldn't believe it at all. This is what he said. He said, and people shouldn't be having a go at Jess Phillips. He said, what did he say? She's done the hard yards as Jess. What she's done is she's locked up wife beaters, rapists, and paedophiles. So people shouldn't be having a go at her. And I thought, I'm guessing those wife beaters, the rapists, and the paedophiles he's talking about, in the main, were probably all white English. And because they're white English, that's what she's done. But because this problem we've got in Oldham, or that we've had in Oldham, and through many towns and cities throughout the country, are primarily Pakistani Muslims, it's a totally different ballgame. I keep hearing about this two-tier system, and now I've got my eyes open and I'm watching and listening to things. I know that is the case. That is what's happening. So she's done all those things. Great. Pat her on the back for doing all those things to the white folk. But you've got to treat Asian folk and whoever else is carrying out atrocities exactly the same. You've got to lock those away as well, and you've got to say who's doing these things. If we've got something that's epidemic standards, which it is over the years, and it's getting that bad that it's in virtually all these towns and cities, and it's hundreds of people involved, not a few, hundreds of people, and they're all of one race and one religion, we've got to say that. We've not got to be afraid. It doesn't make anybody racist. It doesn't make the Labour, the Conservative, Reform Party, me, you, Jesus, Mary, Joseph and the wee donkey. None of us are racists. We're just stating fact. And therein lies the problem. The Conservatives wouldn't state the fact and didn't want to get involved because of who was carrying it out. Labour have been and are exactly the same. They were when they were last in power and they're the same now. They all don't want to get involved. They all want to kick the can. If everybody keeps kicking the can, it ain't ever going to change. It ain't ever going to change. I also heard today old Elon, who started a lot of this. His input really has got even more folk talking than they were before because of the powery wheels. I've also heard old Nigel this morning saying, well, I don't agree with Elon on this and on that, but we're very good friends, we're very good pals. No, I don't think he'll be putting 100 million into our party, but I think he'll be putting a few quid in. That's been the talk of the last 3 or 4 days. I noticed late this afternoon, Elon has said, Nigel Farage, no, he's not good enough. He needs to leave the party. Somebody else needs to lead reform. And I'm thinking, well, Nigel's not going to be happy with that. And I'm also thinking again, what on earth has Elon Musk got to do with the Conservative, Labour or Reform parties? Absolutely nothing. What's his game? What is his end game? What's he aiming to do? I just don't get it. Is he bored there in his ivory castle in that there America? He'd been asked to help Trump, but now Trump's in. Has he just got nothing to do, so he's got his hands in everybody else's pies? He needs to find a pastime. Does he not play golf or anything like that, like the Don? He must play something. He must do something. Leave us alone, Elon. Just leave us alone, and let us get on with what we want to get on with, and you carry on looking after America. That's what I say, rightly or wrongly. But yeah, Nigel won't be happy with the latest news today. He'll probably say it's all fake news and somebody's made it up and whatever else. But there'll be more to come in the coming days on that story as well. But no. Let's just hope the Labour Party, let's hope somebody there grows a pair and decides to do something about what has been going on and what I think from what I'm hearing of people coming to this channel is still going on now. Because if they don't, when will it ever end? Never.